Fans on the bow, a dream come true. That is some moment. Aguero!
Welcome to Sport from the Bleachers, results and opinions for the fans, by the fans. We've had a pretty amazing week on Sports from the Bleachers podcast. We've finally gone viral. We've taken the absolute TikTok world by storm, and we're up to about 438,000 views on our one, and it keeps on going, boys.
Yes.
JB Young'un.
How are you, mate?
How are you, bud?
How are you, pal?
Well, boys, we've made it. There's the Bleachers podcast we've gone from 0 followers to 1,200 followers on TikTok. We've gone from 0 views every week to 440 odd thousand.
I'll correct you.
views.
It's 472,000.
Oh, it's 472. Wow. So it's going up on the thing.
13,000 likes on the page. Get in the bin.
What I want to say, it's been shared and it's been saved, and the videos it's JB's joke of the week that Young'un still didn't get. And unfortunately, unfortunately, the video of Young'un not getting it hasn't gone viral, because that could have that's nearly funnier at times. The video of Young'un thinking the dog's wanking instead of
I did get it.
Oh, you got it.
Yeah. Just trying to explain it. I was a bit dyslexic.
I think the funniest part, because I spoke about, I had a conversation with you lads, I think on last podcast, about TikTok and how funny it is, and how we got some views on a $1 million player, and blokes just literally giving it to me about how I talk and do you ever watch footy and all this. But JB, the comments on the joke have just taken the cake. Look, there's about, what did you say, 300 odd comments, Young'un, or 200 odd comments? Or something?
200 something comments.
Most of them are very, very well received, right? Well done, JB. Yeah, whatever. But mate, some of the other ones are fucking fantastic, mate.
Yeah.
Literally taking the P155 right out.
Right, look, as you said, most of them are laughing, saying awesome joke, and a few emojis hanging around. But some of these keyboard warriors have, like, if only the lad could tell the joke. But some of the funnier ones is would have been funnier if the bloke could construct his sentences properly. And I got the worst joke teller in history. And some bloke's given it to us all, right? He's gone hoodie up, baseball hat, and it looks like a woolly hat indoors. Snowflakes these days. So he's calling it snowflakes.
Mate, Young'un and I were having a beer on Friday night talking about it. I've never been so sick in all my life, right? For one video to go viral, I was freezing cold. I was sounded like I've got a fucking fist up my jacksie.
You look like a heroin addict, mate.
I look like a heroin addict. Mate, my eyes were watering, my nose was running, and that's the video that goes viral.
Yeah,
I've got needles there hanging out of my toes. No, but boys, it was actually quite funny as a group, as a trio, I guess, of us to be able to send some funny shit over the last week or so through from TikTok. But mate, it's the place to be.
It is.
It's going viral. But boys, well done on that. And the podcast is going global now. So, but boys, talking about going global, this Women's World Cup is the biggest event nearly held in Australia since, what are we talking about? Sydney 2000 Olympics. It's got to be the biggest event since then. Yeah.
Massive.
Yeah.
Massive.
Mate, especially down in Melbourne. I don't know about Sydney, but it's getting smashed down here. It's awesome. Everyone's getting around it. You know, even down local shops and that, always talking about it and that. So, yeah, it's
Boys,
getting
I
the
want to talk
views.
about. I don't know if you knew anyone that went or had spoken to anyone that went. I knew a lot of people that went, and they said the Raw every time Sam Kerr got her head on TV or on the big screen or looked like she was going to warm up, they said was absolutely outrageous. Now, we cannot compare Lionel Messi and Sam Kerr, right? It's impossible, right? But what I want to say is Lionel Messi is the best footballer in the world, and look what he's done in America. Yes,
Yeah.
right,
Yeah.
and he's playing football.
Yeah.
He's playing, right? Sam Kerr, for those of you who don't really follow women's football and whatever else, she is the biggest star in the world of women's football, and she's an Australian. So
Yeah.
for everyone to fucking, all these AFL and NRL journalists to say fucking, why are we giving Sam Kerr this? Why are we giving Sam Kerr that? Focus on the other girls. Sam Kerr's trying to take the focus off her. It's like
Yeah, that's right.
Lionel Messi
Yeah.
in Argentina. They only focus on Lionel. They only focus on Ronaldo. They only focus on certain players because they're the best of the best, right?
Yeah.
And I think that's why we're so good at the moment is because they're not actually focusing on the other girls. And Sam Kerr's not playing. And we're winning games easily.
Yeah.
Besides the Nigeria game, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know what you boys think about it, but I think it's worked in our favour that she's nicked a calf, to be honest.
Well, I think it's like I can only relate it back to say AFL where you have that focal point and that larger than life character on the ground. You know, I don't know about you boys in soccer, but you tend to kind of look for them a lot of the time, and you don't play to your best of your abilities because you're wanting to give it off to them. But look, they look like they haven't missed a beat, and credit to Sam Kerr as well. Like, just to prove the type of woman that she is and being able just to not soak up. Like, you see her at the airport, she's coming out, and all the reporters are saying, you're playing, and she doesn't stop. She's like, listen, no, I'll be playing, or I'm not too sure yet, but, hopefully,
You
we
see her
just
in
want
the
to win.
game she wasn't. Yeah, the game she wasn't playing, she's running around filling up the water bottles for the girls and running them onto the pitch and all that. She's not being a sour sack. So, it kind of like another example would be when Ronaldo rejoined United, and it was all focused on Ronaldo. And then United turned shit, and then the new coach had the balls and sacked him, and then all of a sudden, all the other players became fantastic players and started winning games, and they ended up getting top 4. So, yeah, it's.
But I think what it shows is now we have a card up our sleeve, right? She's still a good footballer. So for the 20 minutes she come on, she created 2 or 3 chances, right?
Yeah.
Just from being on there. Now,
so do you think that they keep playing that style? Like we leave
she
on the
doesn't
bench?
start. I don't think she starts against France. I
Yeah.
don't think. I think she gets more minutes, but I think Van Egmond looks like she's coming to the end of. She struggled with game time the end of the American season. So she hadn't played a lot of minutes beforehand. Now she's played 2, 3 full 90-minute games. Just about to come off early, I know. So I think she'll probably get to at least half time, and then I think Sam will come on. But mate,
Van Egmon's done a fucking fantastic job too.
As a 10 as such, and Fowler's slotted in. But I think you got to give Gustavsson credit, right? He didn't have to play Sam Kerr at 2-0. Should have put her on ice, right? But what he's done, he's taken the narrative away from the media now. There's no conversation around Sam Kerr. Is Sam Kerr fit? Is Sam Kerr this? She's fit, mate.
And she didn't look like she was running half pace. She didn't look like she was trying to just coast through it just to get the minutes. She was having a crack, So
she wasn't labouring. She was sprinting, and she was and she was good when she come on. Got the ball down, laid it off, did a job, and
a few mistakes, but that's rusty, right? And Denmark had thrown people forward. Boys, what I want to quickly talk about before we get onto the game itself and how it sort of went about and how I picked both goal scorers and the score and didn't punt on it and could have sold my house, made money and done everything if I had done it right, and I didn't. But anyway, we'll get there in a second. I'm still not happy. I'm still not over it, as you can tell.
Yeah.
So a few sort of numbers via TV views, right? So 6.54 million national broadcast reach for the Denmark game. 3.56 million national broadcast average audience. 3.75 million national broadcast peak viewership. Right? So this is just on Channel 7, right? From what I've been told, Source 7 Network, right? So that 3.56 million national broadcast average audience is the most watched TV program on Channel 7 this year and outrates any other sport or any other TV show in however long, right? The only thing that beats it is the 2020 AFL and 2021 AFL Grand Finals because we were all in lockdown and there was nothing else to do,
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
So they're the only two programs of recent time that outrate this
Yeah.
at
tell you-
8:30 on a Monday night.
And it's not even a grand final, you know.
Yeah,
I'd
so
tell-
mate,
like-
if they, I'm telling you,
Imagine if it's a World Cup final.
mate, even if it's not, if it's the semi-final against England, those numbers could double.
Mate, well we've got France.
Yeah,
We've
So
got
it'd be
France on
yeah,
Saturday night. I reckon
just
it's
as
probably
big.
going to be higher. It'll be
Yeah.
higher.
yeah, and it's at 5:00, right? So
Yeah, correct. Yeah. So
I'll
you've got all the kids and
I'll
everything.
tell you what that does, though, just on a side note. That creates, you watch after this World Cup's finished, it creates the argument back to the AFL about playing a night grand final or not.
so JB,
No,
I was
it's World Cup.
I was
Yeah.
just about to bring that up, JB, and that was part of my thing. The AFL put a survey out to about 14 people instead of 14 million,
Yeah.
and got a 90% survey back that it's AFL night grand finals don't work. It's proof in the pudding it worked. This was 8:30, JB, on a Monday night.
Yeah, that's right.
Come
and look,
on.
there's obviously more viewers because it's a World Cup, but it just shows that people do watch. And I mean, like, my preference is day, but it just does. The numbers show you get more viewers.
Well, JB,
so-
let's have this conversation again next week, right?
Yeah.
It's a 5:00 kickoff on Saturday.
Yeah, that's right.
Right,
Yeah.
so twilight grand final. Obviously, it's not twilight because it's not daylight savings, right? But it'd be daylight savings for AFL. Let's see what sort of numbers we get,
Exactly.
right,
Yeah.
from a 5:00 kickoff.
Yeah. No,
You know?
you're right.
But what
I
this
could pop
also
the
doesn't
5 o'clock,
take into consideration, lads, is Optus,
Yeah. That would
The
have got
pub.
heaps as well. Yeah,
The pub.
that's right.
Tumbalong Park in Sydney, and Fed Square in Melbourne. And I know both parks, so Tumbalong Park and Fed Square,
Chockers.
were packed.
Yeah.
Oh, mate. Yeah, Fed Square holds a lot of fucking
And
people.
holds a lot of people, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it was packed. So, and obviously still 75,800 at the ground.
Yeah. Nuts. It's nuts.
so
Mate,
boys,
before we
Yeah,
move
go.
on, I just want to. I've got a youngin's young gun. While we're just on the discussion of the women's football, it's not a Matilda. It's an 18-year-old for the Colombian soccer team. Now, she's 18 years old. She's a left winger, Linda Casado. Now she scored a cracker last week.
Yes.
I can't think of the team right now that got them through, but they've just won the other night and they're through to the semis this weekend. Now she's 18 years old.
Sorry, they play England?
Yeah, so they've got England
Saturday night at 8:30.
correct after the Australia game. So keep an eye on her. Now she is 18, and only 3 years ago she was diagnosed with cancer. So at the age of 15, she's been playing professional football since she was 14. She's now at Real Madrid. You've got to watch this girl on Saturday night. She's something to watch, all right?
So she's playing football with Razzo.
Yes, she is. Yeah. Your future.
So
Mrs.
what's her name again,
That
young?
can happen. I don't think.
Oh yeah.
I'm married, Scott.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That's right. That's why. You got a good shower head though, don't you, Hedo?
Oh, shit. All right,
Moving on.
what's her name
Anyway,
again, Scott? What's her
Young
name
and
again?
Younger, yes.
Her name's Linda Casado.
All right.
Casado?
All right,
Whatever.
Casado.
Casado.
Yeah.
Linda Casado.
Yeah. And look, that's also, we'll get back onto the Australia-Denmark game, but that's also going to be a ripping game, England v Colombia, to play, which we'll be playing the winner of, and we'll know who they're playing, being the second game on Saturday night. So they'll know they're playing either Australia or France. But the Colombians look okay, Scott, and they look
do,
like
man.
they can challenge the Lionesses, who will be without, I think, would have won player of the tournament in Lauren James, who has worn the number 7, best player, does everything, and had her own David Beckham moment by stomping on a Nigerian player and VAR stepping in and getting a straight red. I think they're a poorer team without her in it.
Yeah.
Brings Casado and the Colombians right into it.
Mate, they've got about 2 or 3. I watched them the other night. They've got a few good players, mate, that can create havoc. So, it's going to be a great game. There's just plenty of good football games coming up, mate.
Yeah, 100%. And boys, and we'll get onto that because the Premier League starts soon too. So we're going to turn into a football show by the end of this. Boys, back onto the Matildas. We were all watching it. I want to give Steph Catley a massive rap as skipper. So 15 minutes. I can read back through our text messages saying, and the 3 of us together were saying Denmark are on top. The 10 for Denmark, Walters, or I can't quite remember her name, but the 10 captain for Denmark was dead set dominating the game. She would have got player of the match by the end of it, right? Steph Catley goes down with a rolled ankle, right? In the corner, rolled ankle. You can see she's rolled her ankle. So for all these media journalists saying she didn't need attention, look, she probably didn't, but she rolled her ankle. Gustafsson got the girls together and changed how we defend and dropped the 2 strikers in a little bit deeper, which pushed Gorry and Cooney Cross a little bit deeper to be able to pick her up. Did not go near us since. So for the next 70-odd minutes, we dominated the game. But the first 15 minutes, we could have been down 3-0.
Massively. Yeah,
so
Harder was the name.
Harder. Yeah. Mate, she was a good footballer. Yeah. And obviously still is.
No, we handled it well.
So then we do that. We start getting some passes together. We get Hayley Razzo and Ellie Carpenter get wide on the right-hand side of the pitch, stretching them out, right? And I think Gustafsson has he's not getting enough raps for putting Van Egmond up top, putting Caitlin Ford out one side and Steph Catley, who, again, we spoke about last week, played Arsenal together, right? So with Razzo and Carpenter getting real wide on the right-hand side, they knock a ball back inside to Gorry, Cooney Cross, Fowler, Van Egmond, whoever it is, and the whole left side of the pitch is open. Every single time. Catley and Ford were able to get forward without a defender near them until the edge of the area most of the time, right? Yeah. And first goal was scored with a Mary Fowler left foot that could have opened a tin can. Fair dinkum. It was unbelievable.
Pass of the tournament.
Pass of the tournament. Caitlin Ford takes it well, but I don't think we're given enough raps to the setup, right? Able to get Razzo on one side, just getting the absolute shit pile kicked out of her, right? And turning over a lot of ball, but turning over ball for a reason. It's got to get out the other side for us to get forward and score goals.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So I think Gustafsson needs some credit here. And I'll tell you who does need some credit, and it's Cooney Cross and Katrina Gorry.
Yeah.
Mate, Gorry tackles and would put a foot in a blender, and Cooney Cross just dominates the midfield, comes and picks the ball up and can pick a pass out of anywhere. So
and mate,
I don't know what you boys thought, but fair dinkum.
For me, you're missing one more person in that, and that's Ellie Carpenter.
Yeah.
By far the best defending I've seen from a female. Honestly, her and I think it was Hunt, but
Mate, Claire Hunt. So
yeah.
I'll let you continue with Hayley Raso in a sec, right? Ellie Carpenter in a sec. There will not the big teams are coming for our Matildas.
Oh, 100%.
Claire Hunt,
100%.
Courtney Vine, those ones still playing in the women's
A-League,
in the W League.
Yeah, the W League, yeah.
Mate, Claire Hunt is a
Gone.
colossus, mate.
Yeah.
Anyway,
so yeah, look, mate.
Carpenter.
Carpenter will go as well, and same as Katrina Gorry. She's still at Brisbane, mate. She'll be in a Premier League side next season.
So they'll, and which is good, right? Like
it's good for the Matildas, man. We're only going to get better.
But what it showcases, boys, and well, I'll touch on that in a sec, right? So, Young, and we'll finish off that in a sec. Now, the second goal, Hayley Raso's goal, right? Caitlin Ford again, getting forward. Cooney Cross this time, getting forward as well. Knocks it into Mary Fowler. Hits Van Egmont's feet, however it got through there. And in Van Egmont, to her credit, could have turned and shot.
Yeah, lays it off.
Calmly lays it off, and Hayley Raso scores, and I just wanted to punch the wall. So, for those, I've taken 2. I've said to the boys in the chat, JB said, how do you think it's going to go? I said 2-0, Raso and Ford to score.
It's funny when that.
I've bet on every match. and I've bet on every match. I didn't put a bet on. Who gives a fuck? Why?
When that happened, I actually said to my missus, I'm like, oh, fuck, Hedo's called this. And she's like, oh, is that your multi? And I'm like, nah.
It's certainly not our multi. That's for sure.
Fucking hell.
No,
but boys, what I want to touch on, and we're going to touch on, we've got to continue on, but I want to touch on how I think and how I feel Football Australia should handle. Well, it's not Football Australia, right? So it's the A Leagues and W Leagues, how they handle this obsession that we have with football at the moment, right? Because 2 weeks' time, World Cup's over. Football no longer exists in this country. No. It's finals time in AFL and NRL, right?
Yeah.
It's 6 weeks' time before the A League starts, and and around the same time the W League starts. I think that the A League and W League need to offer anyone who has bought a ticket from quarterfinals through to the final, if they've got a ticket, right, they offer them free into any game they want to go to in the A League and W League, right? Even open it up for the first 3 rounds.
Yeah.
Right? Open the grounds up, mate. Open them up, right?
Yeah.
If you've got your membership, you've got your membership. It's bad luck, right? Because you're going to go for the rest of the year no matter what. But to continue the, I guess, eyes and continue what's happening, we need people to go because it's a live sport. It's better live.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I think
that's a good idea.
Suck it up, right? You got no cash anyway, right? It's a long fucking season. Open the grounds up. Open them up.
Yeah, so that's a good shout. I mean, you got to keep.
Well, how do you get
this
fans
wave?
there, JB? You're not going to go.
No,
you're right.
I'm not going to go either.
Because they're just going to fall back into the usual advertisement.
Yeah, the AFL and NRL media will do its work again, right?
Yeah.
Football will not be cited on a newspaper or a fucking mainstream TV till next World Cup.
Yeah, if they're serious about it, they need to just keep on this wave and keep punching it home because you're right. Unless if you leave a bit of a gap in terms of there's no point, as you said, after 6 weeks after it's finished, to then try and plead to everyone to come again. That's kind of like
come and pay $50 or $100 a family to come and watch the game. Bullshit, mate. No, and that's not against anyone. It's just it's fact. Football in this country doesn't work.
Yeah.
So we need to ride the coattails of it, and if that's going to fucking bleed some cash for a few weeks, bleed the cash. Show the people that are watching football that it does work.
Yeah, that's right.
You know, because what's going to happen is all these Matildas are going to go overseas. So all these young kids, all these young girls that want to aspire now to play for the Matildas are going to be playing through the W League.
Yeah.
So it'll be entertaining to watch because they want to get overseas.
Exactly. Yeah.
Same, you know what I mean? So anyway, that's my 2 cents worth. Whether or not it's the right way to go from a business point of view, it's probably not. But when we're not doing anything right as it is, so we may as well try
That's it.
something.
Yeah.
That's right.
Righto. Well, Matilda's Saturday evening, 5:00.
Get on board. They'll
Get
do the
on
job.
board.
They'll do the job.
Get on board. France are a very good team, by the way. We did beat them in a friendly, but friendly's a friendly, right?
Correct.
But they dead set put Morocco to the sword.
Yeah,
So
they did.
they pumped Morocco. So it'll be a very, very good game.
Yeah.
All right, boys, moving on. It's enough football talk. Let's have a conversation around how good the Panthers are.
They're too good.
It's a bit of a joke now, isn't it?
Well, I want to have... look, Jerome Hughes and Corey Oates... not Corey Oates. Xavier Coates were out for Melbourne. But it does. I don't think that changes the game. Melbourne scored first. Melbourne scored first and then didn't look like getting anywhere near it.
Look, if you had them both in, the scoreline would be a little bit closer. I don't think Storm win.
Do you reckon you score another try?
Yeah, I'd say so. Yeah. I think it's closer, but I think still it just showed that they are ahead above the fucking pack. What are you laughing at?
Oh, Hedo, because he just doesn't believe you at all.
I know he doesn't.
I'm just laughing.
I'm just starting to stir up. That's all. Because look, it's and look, I'm going to be a one-eyed Panther fan here. It is Penrith to lose right at the moment the way they're playing. But the thing is, it's a one-off game. A grand final's a one-off game.
Yeah.
A semi-final's a one-off game. Anyone can win at any time. I think all this talk about Penrith have just won it is completely and utterly fabricated. It's theirs to lose, yes, but it's a one-off game, mate.
All right. So who do you think's the team that worries you the most coming to the final?
Oh, the Broncos. They're literally Penrith in disguise. Seriously.
Yeah.
With probably the most informed player in Reece Walsh in the game. It's literally Penrith in disguise with a fullback that plays as a 5'8" we don't have. Front row, Flegler and Haas, right? And what we probably have a couple of better back rowers, maybe. Paddy Carrigan and Isaiah Yeo cancel each other out. Leota, Haas, Flegler and Fish Harris cancel each other out.
Yeah.
We probably stand up a bit in the back row. Katoni Staggs and Herbie Farnworth, Tunga and Crichton. Wow, what do you do? And then the wingers.
It's just like with Penrith, they're so consistent. And then if Broncos, if they all bring their best on the one night.
Yes, correct. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But I think if you listen to all the good judges, it's Penrith's consistency that could wear down the inconsistent Broncos, right? Reynolds is probably the only one who's played a lot of finals footy, whereas all of Penrith's teams played 4 years of finals footy.
Yeah.
So Reynolds only just back this week from an injury.
Yeah.
See how that goes.
Yeah. So, boys, anyway, let's get on to Para and St. George. One team, another team. Well, Young, you support both now for some reason. Well, you didn't on the weekend. You didn't support both. And you're not happy about that for some reason. But anyway, we'll get your one-eyed thoughts later on about that. JB, how was the sphincter? It would have been twitching. It would have been twitching because I was actually at football. The young bloke had football, so I didn't watch it. And I was getting text messages, and it was very, very funny. The boys would keep me updated, and it was getting funnier and funnier by the text.
Yeah, look, it didn't start very well. I didn't even know what to think, to be honest. I just halfway through the game, I just shook my head. I'm just like, this can't be happening. Like, yes, again, we're not at our full strength, but going into that game, I thought we should be able just to, at least keep them away, no stress. Just.
Mate, you're at home in your cauldron.
At halftime, I thought this is fucking bullshit. But yeah, you're right.
So I guess what I'm leaning at is: are you whipping boys now if you make the finals, or can you give it a shake?
Well, I don't. Yeah, I think it'd be hard to make the finals, but it all depends on. Yeah, I think we could upset someone, but it'll be hard to make it go deep. I think for now, I think we could
Because
cause
you
an
got to play
upset.
finals footy. You're playing finals footy from now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and we got a fucking tough run home. That's the thing. Got
Yeah.
Broncos, Roosters, Penrith. So, and they're all away. So, yeah, I find
You got
yeah,
Roosters at home.
Oh, Roosters home. So we've got a hard run home, which will, if we can, I think
You
we'll
got to
struggle to
win
make the
2.
finals. To
I
be
think you got
honest,
to win 2. You got to win 2
Yeah.
of the 3.
Yeah.
I reckon we can. I can see us beating the Roosters, but I find it hard to beat the Broncos and Penrith. So, fuck, I don't know.
Yeah, but I would have said the same thing. I would have said the same thing last year with Para and Penrith. Penrith were unstoppable.
Yeah, but you look at ours. You look at our list, available list. Like I suppose at the back end of that year,
You're a bogey team.
Yeah, you're a bogey team to Penrith. I've said that all along. The only team that could, like, you're a bogey team in the rounds, not the grand final. We'd play in the grand final every week.
Yeah.
Let it go. That's last year.
All right, boys. The other one. Moving on. But young, your Dragons put in a shake. I still don't know what to think about him. The rumour around Ben Hunt won't go away.
Yeah.
About him wanting out again. Pardon me. He's going to put another crack. He's going to have another crack in pre-season about trying to get out of the club.
Yep.
So he still wants to go. He hasn't backflipped.
Well, that's the rumour. He hasn't. Well, he's committed because he's got a contract, but
but he still wants to go. Okay.
Yeah, the rumour is he's going to have another go at the hour. He's going to go on a holiday and he's going to come back and he's going to ask for another release. That's the.
Oh, okay.
That's the talk of the town. So young, I think you could just put it to bed. Wait till pre-season now and see where you end up. Boys, I want to have a conversation.
Sorry, just before we go further, that really fucks the Dragons, though. Really, like if he goes in pre-season, like there's not enough halves available now.
Good ones.
Let alone that.
Surely, but you got to be fucking looking.
But you just let Jaden Sullivan go to the Tigers.
Yeah, I think that would really fuck the Dragons. Like that's season gone.
Even though the next 5 seasons are gone.
Boys, I want to have a conversation and the game in Perth. The 2 games in Perth, right, were crackers. And I don't want to talk about teams moving to Perth or whatever else. I want to talk about Souths and the facade that they've created around how good they are. I don't think they're that good, and I think Latrell's let a bit of this heat get to him, and he's in second gear, and he thinks at any time. And Cody's the same. He ran for 40 metres on the weekend. 40 metres with the ball. Cody Walker.
Wow.
Right.
I think
they think they can flick the switch at any point.
Yeah, and that's what
needs to be flicked pretty soon because they're in big trouble.
I think that a lot of those players, like they're listening to the talk of the media, and the media saying, "Oh, once freaking Latrell and Cody fire, look out," and the other players around them are just waiting for that to happen.
Waiting for them. Now, look, I'll preface this. We could be back here in 6 weeks' time and Souths are in the grand final because if they flick it, they were leading the comp in the first 10 weeks.
Yeah.
So, just saying, I think they're in second gear. But if they don't flick, they don't get into third or fourth pretty soon, they could miss it because they got dusted by Cronulla, who could not beat a top 8 side at all. And they've dusted them.
I don't get it. I don't get it.
They couldn't score a point against Penrith the week before, and they've gone and put 26 odd.
Sharks have been awful for a while, man.
Yeah.
But, and then Sharks, I saw Nico have a interview during the week, and he's been bloody honest with his approach to it all, and he said, "Look, yeah, I dropped the ball. I did take it too hard with the Origin thing, and it did
really?
show. You know, he said, look, I didn't, I didn't like it, and yeah, I did probably let it affect my game."
But he
And
also said in
he's
that interview
accepted it.
too, JB, I'll continue on because I watched most of it. He also said it got to him about how the media said him and Freddie don't get along, and
Yeah,
how him and Freddie weren't mates, and Freddie did this and Freddie did that. He goes, I couldn't come out and say anything, and that got to me because Freddie was
yeah,
good to him, and
yeah,
kept an eye on him and was asking him how he was going. Like,
yeah. And look, it showed on the weekend
so
that
he said that got to him.
he's got his confidence back the way he played. And look, yeah, the Sharks are looking like they should at the moment after that
Now,
win.
we had a conversation 3 or 4 podcasts ago, and I brought up the fact that $1 million players and how many were there in the top 8, and I used the words Ben Hunt can't change the Dragons, and he hasn't, right? He's not that type of player. He's a $1 million footballer, yes, but he can't change what's happening at the Dragons. I said the same thing about Kalen Ponga. I said, I'm not sure he's going to change the standards. I'm pretty much going to say now, I think I was wrong.
You're going to have to eat your hat, mate.
I'm going to have to eat my hat, right?
Yeah.
Because what he's done over the last couple of weeks for the Knights, if he doesn't play, and whatever they're doing at training, and whatever he's, has he got off the piss, has he got off whatever he's done as captain, has turned that season around for them. And they look like, with the easiest draw out of the top 8, they look like they're going to make it.
Mm.
So, yes, for all those blokes that commented on that same video on TikTok video saying I don't watch footy, well, you're probably right. Fuck you. But I think I'm wrong, and I think Kalen, with what he's doing single-handedly, has turned the Knights season around. With the help of others, but single-handedly, he's put in a massive shift.
But also,
and he's not getting concussed either.
No,
the biggest shift is going from 6 back to 1 though.
1, yeah.
So the 6 obviously is fair to say it didn't work. It's not going to work.
It won't work.
No. And just let him play.
His goal kicking, he hasn't missed a kick.
Yeah.
And they've won by 2 points.
Yeah. And they've worked it out now. And yeah, he's a superstar, but in the right position. So don't try and push him somewhere else. Yeah.
Yeah, and don't try and give your superstars their role, right? Don't try and fit your superstar into a role to fit another person in. Your superstar's a superstar for a reason. And I think that's what Adam O'Brien got caught up in. He had a couple of fullbacks that were just as good, or not just as good, but could play a role with Ponga on the ball more. It just didn't work. And he got knocked out every time.
Yeah. Yeah. It's kind of
so the Knights are back.
Munster's been able to do it, going from fullback to 6, and it works, but just leave Ponga there. He's fine.
Mate, just leave him there. Yeah. Boys, the Warriors, let's give them their airtime. Sean Johnson is basically, I think, assured now of the Dally M. Yeah, I don't know who's going to beat him.
No, it has to be.
Is he not in the best form of his life?
Mate, JB, I want to bring back to our very first podcast. Signing 1-year deals, not signing 5- and 6-year deals.
Yeah.
Signing year for year.
Yeah.
Mate, he's incredible at the moment.
Mate,
he won the Golden Boot in 2014 maybe.
14, yeah, 8 years ago, or 10 years, nearly 10 years ago.
Yeah, he's probably in the same.
Yeah,
the same realm there right now. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but boys, I want to give a big rap to a Western Sydney boy and a Penrith junior. Penrith played football for Penrith. I'm going to give two a rap. But before I get onto the try-scoring freak of Dallin, is Wade Egan. Now, Wade Egan's service out of dummy half looks like it's up there with the best in the game. Because he's in New Zealand, he's not getting any raps. And I spoke about the other way, whereas Fisher Harris and Leota are Kiwis not getting noticed. I don't think Wade Egan's getting the plaudits he deserves from how he's playing footy. I reckon he's probably one of the premier dummy halves at the moment.
Yeah. You're right.
Penrith would be ruined letting him go as well. You can't keep them all, but and he's injury free and he's playing well. But the other one is Dallin Watini-Zelezniak, mate.
The soul glow.
The best hair, and I know JB's really jealous. The best hair The
It
best
has
hair
to
in
be
rugby
fake,
league.
doesn't it?
Mate,
gotta
it's
be fake.
unreal. And that pass,
Oh,
that's another pass of the fucking tournament.
What, back into Sean?
Yeah,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah.
I don't know how that popped out. That
Yeah.
was just fucking incredible.
Yeah. That was unreal.
Yeah.
But look, they are playing fucking unreal, mate. And they got a good, decent run home.
look, they should
They
finish
could
top 4.
potentially finish second and get
Yeah.
2 home finals. Fuck.
Yeah.
You never
Imagine
know.
that.
Boys, before we move on, and I want to. There's one thing I want to get out before we move on to the AFL. I know we're cut for time. I personally think the Raiders are pretenders at the moment. They really, really struggled on the weekend against like a Tigers team who don't know their identity at the moment and scored 2 tries. The Raiders did off forward passes, right? Differential of minus 74 at the moment on 30 points, right? I don't see them. So they play the Storm, the Dogs, Broncos, and Sharks. I see them only possibly beating the Dogs.
Yeah.
I think they may slip out from 5th.
Yeah, well, they haven't. As I said, I think I said this last week. They've only really won close games, right?
Yeah.
And which is good in a close game, but it also says that they haven't really put together a comprehensive 80-minute win. They haven't had a big win. They haven't blasted any team away, So you can't have the confidence. Yeah, it's hard. It's hard to tip them. Put it that way.
Yeah.
But you're right.
Yeah.
I do agree with
All
you.
right, boys. Before we move on to the AFL, I want you to give me your coach of the year. Who wins coach of the year?
Ivan
It's
Cleary.
got to be. Nah, it's got to be the Warriors.
Okay,
Coach.
I'm ready to argue that. I get your point about the Warriors, JB, and Webby deserves it. But why isn't it Ivan?
Because I'll tell you, the answer is that his standard and the expectation of him is so much higher. That's the rule. It's not. They don't start 0-0. You know what I mean?
You don't reckon?
The media and whoever
Why not Kevy
picks
then?
him, but they just Kevy could be up there. Kevy, because last year it was like maybe
They dropped
Kevy's
off.
not the right coach. Maybe
Yeah.
Kevy's not the right coach.
Yeah.
Kevy could be up there, but I think Ivan will get it because they don't tend to just keep rewarding just because they're consistently good. They just go, right, well, we know you're going to be good. You're not changing anything.
No, mate, and I don't disagree. And Young, and I know you're going to back me up here for a sec, but he's lost. He's lost. He hasn't had the same. Serrato.
Yeah.
He lost Serrato. He lost Webster. He lost Kickow. He lost Coruscant, and he's still got him.
Yeah, I don't necessarily disagree with you, and I don't say that he shouldn't be. But what I'm saying is, what I think will happen is that Webby will get it just because of the narrative.
And look, I'm not disagreeing. I'm just there's a lot of chat around the media about not about Ivan. It's around Webby. It's around Walters. It's around and look,
Penrith.
everyone's
What do you
going
expect?
TikTok's going to go viral and call me a fuckwit for being a Panthers fan. But I just so I'm going to ask the same question in the AFL. I'm going to ask the same question in the AFL.
Yeah,
I think it's I think it's. I know what Webby's done for the Warriors is good, but I think it's harder to maintain a high standard when you're losing players and all eyes are on you and the pressure's on you because you're a fucking, you're a premiership winning team and all that, and he's still fucking doing it.
Yeah, and look, it's not taken away, and JB, I think you're right. I think Andrew Webster does win it because of the narrative around the Warriors and what's happened over there. Sean Johnson's going to get halfback of the year and Dally M, right? Tohu Harris possibly could get captain of the year as well as and Webby. They fully deserve it. What I'm just trying to say is I think Ivan's not getting enough sort of, votes towards it with what he's done. A three-peat with losing players each year and like Lindsay Smith, like blooding Taruva, Lindsay Smith, Mitch Kenny. Everyone said he was the shittest hooker in the world.
But you know what it's like with Penrith. Say if Ivan loses 3 and they slip down the ladder, they would turn around and say it's Ivan's problem, not because he lost his 3 players. It's because Ivan maybe he's grown out of the club.
Yeah.
And that's just what the media does.
The media turn a narrative.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, look, I just think it's a great conversation, possibly one we can keep having over the next couple of weeks, because what if the Warriors go now 0-3?
Yeah.
Or Broncos drop off? Like, Broncos lose. Like, do you know what I mean? Does that then
Yeah.
switch the narrative around who's...
Well, will, yeah.
Or Penrith lose 4 in a row, you know? Like...
Yeah.
Sack him. Yeah.
Yeah, sack him. All right, boys. A quick couple of things. Couple of massive games. Broncos Para, massive game for Para. Not sure how they're going to go. Rabbits Dragons, old school rivalry. Rabbits need to win. Storm Raiders need to win. So it's a big week of footy. But boys, moving on to the AFL and the big news of the week, JB, is your man.
Yeah.
Your man, Nick Daicos, has done a bumblebee.
Yeah, he's cracked.
It's the most. So we thought Sam Kerr's calf was talked about enough. Daicos, straight out of scans with 14 microphones thrown straight in his face to talk about a knee that he's not even sure he knows about.
Yeah. So no good. He's got a hairline fracture, I think. And his knee was 6 weeks. So 6 weeks they're saying at the moment, which would bring him back late in the finals if we're still there. But yeah, that doesn't help at the moment.
Now let me ask you: he's a professional, and he's doing what he's doing. Gun footballer, very professional. Can he get back earlier?
Yeah. Well, look, if there is a possibility, he will take it.
He'll find it.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah,
100%. And then it'd be a talking point if it was, his first game back would be a grand final if we were to make it.
But he comes back in if he's fit, he plays. Yes.
Yeah.
Like
definitely.
no matter, we're talking prelim, grand final, he plays if that's his game back. Yeah.
Yeah, because you got a sub now, so that helps as well. So they'll definitely bring him in. Yeah. But look, it doesn't help. I mean, we haven't been going great fucking last couple of weeks.
No, I was about to say that. Is there a bit of a form? Is there a bit of a form slump leading into the finals? I know you got dusted by the Hawks, but
yeah, look,
is there a bit of concern?
No, I don't think it's a concern. I just think it feels like watching it. It's that time of year where they've just kind of gone, just relate. I'm not saying purposely. It's just like a subliminal kind of shit. Yeah, we'll be right. We're
you're 8 points clear at the top of the table.
Yeah, so we're
2 wins clear.
Yeah, so they're saying, and that's the thing in the back of your mind, they're just gone back a gear. So hopefully, this last few weeks has kind of said, look, there's still 3 games to go. So yeah, we need to fucking pull our finger out. But
all right,
I don't think it's a concerning thing. No.
Can he still win the Brownlow? Has he got enough? Has he got a big enough lead? Because I'll explain this, Young. I've just had a look at the tab. He's gone from $1.70 out to $5.50. Yeah. Bontempelli's come in from $5 or $6, whatever it was into $2.50, and Petrarca's come right into $3.80.
Yeah. So the only way he's
got to be 6 points clear. He's got to be at least 6 points clear now.
Yeah. And I think, to be honest, I think he will be.
But do you think he's polled votes in the last 3 games? He hasn't had a best on ground, has he? I don't think in the last 3 games.
I wouldn't say best on ground, but I reckon he would have got a couple of 1s and 2s maybe. But I think the middle of the year, I reckon he was on track. If he hadn't got injured, I would have said I wouldn't surprise me if he breaks the vote counting record.
Most points.
Yeah. And so I reckon that he'll finish first or second. I'll give you that. I reckon he's got enough.
Yeah. But, wow, it's a big call. Is it 5? So you're going to jump on him at 5.50?
Yeah, I will. Fuck it. Yeah. I'll put him in a multi.
Well, it won't win. It won't win if it's in a multi. Now let's get on to Youngen's West Coast. Youngen's tipped West Coast every week, and he's only got it right twice. they nearly they nearly put the Bombers' season to bed. If not, it's already to bed. But
Yeah,
they nearly
well,
beat them.
there's rumours going around this week that they're tanking, so they're saying that they were up by a few goals or whatever, and they could have just thrown people back. They chose not to, and they lost. So there's people, Wayne Carey
I was
in the
actually
media.
watching the bounce, and I think it was Benny Dixon or it was Andrew Gaze or something. They were running through some highlights of that, and one of the defenders has just dropped the ball cold, and they've both of them, if not one of them, gone, "Here comes the tanking," and just as a because it's one of those, it's like a Matty John show, and they've just gone, "Here's the tanking."
Yeah.
I was giggling really hard. But what's like, it's a tipster's nightmare at the moment, right? So how did Geelong do what Geelong did with who they had out? I know Port had a few out, and I know it was at GMHBA. I get it all, but Geelong knocking Port off, staying in the finals. Sydney knocking GWS off.
I got that.
Staying in the finals. Like, please.
Yeah, look, it'll be Friday night, Collingwood Geelong.
Oh, at the G.
Yeah, mate, that'll be fucking huge.
Yeah.
So, toss of a coin, that one. But yeah, Geelong, they just, I don't know, always seem to find a way. Yeah, they always seem to find a way. And it's just like them, you know, they'll hang in there and then they'll start the finals to get a full team back and look out. So
You would, yeah. All right, let's have a conversation around that. 6. Am I going to go out on a limb here and say Carlton are safe?
yeah, I reckon they'll scrape in. Yeah, I reckon
All
they'll
right,
make it.
so let's bin Carlton for a sec, and let's go 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I'll leave out Adelaide and Essendon, who are on 40 points, right? So 6. So Western Bulldogs 44, St Kilda 44, GWS 42, Geelong 44. Sorry, Geelong and Sydney 42.
Yeah.
Who swaps out of that 8? Who gets in the 8 and who drops out?
I reckon Saints go out, Geelong go in.
GWS stay.
GWS will stay.
So
I mean, that's gone off not really seeing what they've got coming up, but that's gut feel. So
okay. So Sydney have got Gold Coast this week.
Win, yeah.
At the SCG. Then they've got Adelaide away. And Melbourne at home at the SCG.
Do you think there's a bit of an extra kick now with the whole Buddy situation?
Well, mate. I think again. Let's talk about the Sam Kerr factor.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was getting at.
And JB used the AFL analogy in his how he thought it works. They're all looking for Bud. Now they've actually got to play a bit of eyes up footy and kick it to someone else. And JB, you're better off to answer it than both Young and I. But is their forward line nearly functioning a little bit better?
Well, I mean, I didn't see the game, but they actually had those comments throughout the reviews of the game in the media this week, and it was around that. It was around that not having that focal point and being out, and Tom Papley and the like being able to
Isaac Heaney and that get forward.
Isaac Heaney, to roam around and really share the ball around, and maybe it is the way they prefer to play. So that could be a factor. Definitely,
all right, so let's go to GWS, right? So you said GWS are going to make it, right? So GWS are playing Port away this week.
Yeah.
Essendon at home.
Yeah.
And then they've got Carlton on Sunday at Marvel for the last game of the round.
Yeah. Yeah, I reckon that they should beat Essendon. And I mean, it's hard to tip Port at the moment.
Yeah, that's
Carlton. Yeah, Carlton. It all depends on,
mate. If that's the last game, they've got to win again. Stop it.
Yeah. So that'll be that.
Lygon Street might get burnt down if they.
That could be an interesting game. That could be a winner gets in.
Yeah.
So yeah, look, I'll stick with it, but I think Saints, it'll be a miraculous fall, to be honest, if they don't make it.
I don't think they do,
No,
personally.
I reckon, no.
And Ross the boss will start throwing shit if it doesn't.
Yeah. And it'd be interesting to see how they go next year.
Oh, you reckon?
Well, you think I can only put it down to their game style being found out halfway through the year, and they've fallen ever since. And Ross it's consistent with how he coached Saints
Coaches.
and 3-0. So yeah, it'd be interesting to see. Keep an eye on that.
Yep. Righto, boys. So, JB, Collingwood obviously take the minor premiership. The top 4 stays as it is.
Yeah. Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Do you see it swapping at all, like around 1, 2, 3 or 4?
No, I think Melbourne are hitting their straps now, and I think, well, maybe I don't know, maybe Brisbane, Port, but no, I'd say it stay the same. Yeah.
Stays the same?
Yeah. Yeah, I can't see it
Youngin?
changing.
Stays the same.
Yeah.
Yep.
And my Lions will win the flag.
Still going them, yeah.
Still going them. Boys, I'm sorry, I'm stuttering here a bit because I didn't pick my multi, and I've just picked my multi of the week. All right, and it's,
what is it? Come on.
Have we? Okay.
No, we haven't. We
no,
haven't
we
won
haven't
yet.
won. Just shut up. Right, we haven't won. I've won.
Are you gonna make? You've won offline.
Hang on, is this your personal multi or your fucking group multi?
Yeah,
because they're obviously different.
Well, I don't know how to portray it so we can win something. I don't know how to get it across.
Well, you got to put money on it, mate. You got to put money on it.
I know. I've got we've got to get a bit out. I've got Hedo's hero to get out. We've got JB's joke of the week to go viral again. But I've got to get this multi. If this multi gets up, it'll go viral, and we'll be in Vegas. The big betting agencies over there all want us after this gets up. All right, we'll be in that new dome, just chilling out in the dome.
Oh yeah,
over there. All right, so Cronulla Gold Coast, Brenton Nakora, anytime try scorer. Brisbane Para, Kurt Capewell, anytime try scorer. South Dragons, Cameron Murray, anytime try scorer. Paying $54.94.
Yeah, okay.
You stick 100 on that, you are coming with us to Vegas when this gets up.
Yeah, right. Okay,
boys. Quickly want to touch on Hedo's hero this week, and yes, again, it's Matilda's, and I probably should have touched on it at the back of that, but it's again involving women's sport, and it's our netball girls and the Diamonds who tore apart the Poms, right? So, and I got on board the Diamonds. Obviously, my daughter's loving netball. She's loving the Matildas. She's loving the Diamonds. So she's all over it. It was a tough time to watch at 3 a.m., but we watched it the next day. They got dusted by the Poms in the round games. Poms thought they were heroes and were saying, yep, we're going to win the World Cup. We're going to win the World Cup. They got dusted 61-45 in netball, mate.
Wow.
That is a pasting. The last 5 minutes, they were just jumping around, not even caring what was going on, right? So to the netball girls, they deserve everything they get. It's quite a tough sport. I watch it every Saturday, and it's sometimes a tough watch, but that game was extra tough. And well done to the Dons.
What game was it?
The World Cup final.
World Cup final.
Oh wow!
Yeah,
I didn't even know, mate. That's unreal.
And you're right? But I guess it's women's sport at the moment. Like we look at the NRLW, like it's getting crowds. It's actually quite good to watch, and obviously the Matildas, and so women's sport's on the way up, and they deserve everything that they're getting, and so well done to the netball girls and the Diamonds, and well done.
Yep, good stuff. Good stuff.
All right, now to literally the greatest joke teller of our time. I'm going to call it the greatest joke teller of the 2020s. He has been asked to go on all these shows. He does it. He was the mock He was the mock for the first 12 weeks of this podcast. He could anything he was on, he could not get it over the line.
Mate,
But wow, he's got this podcast on his shoulders, and he's just running with it. Scott,
Mate,
tell me
he's
I'm
got,
wrong.
mate, no, you're not
Mate,
wrong. He's got that many hecklers now refreshing our TikTok page,
Yeah.
waiting for the new clip
Wait
to come
for the
up.
next one.
Yeah.
I
Now,
tell you what, JB, be shit once, and we're off here as well. All right, so we can.
I'm just got that bloke. This bloke's comment in the back of my head about constructing sentences properly. So I'm gonna.
So for those before we got online, he was practicing talking to us. He was saying, he's got me rattled. This bloke. Can I talk? Can I get some sentences?
I've had a few people call me Roger Wabbit, isn't it?
Oh, yeah. Mickey Ayo. I don't know if I told you, Hedo. Oh, Mickey Ayo. He's got, mate, see one of those Roger Wabbit fellas? He says his W's with his R's. I said, no, he's not that bad.
Oh, dead set. We can.
Fucking hell.
Who needs mates?
All right, here we go.
Love you, Mick. Love you, Mick.
So JB's joke of the week, the joke teller of the 2020s. Come on, mate. Bring us home.
All right, so the joke's called The Right Rhythm. On hearing that her elderly grandfather had just passed away, Katie went straight to her grandparents' house to visit her 95-year-old grandmother and comfort her. When she asked how her grandfather died, her grandmother replied, "He had a heart attack while we were making love on Sunday morning." Horrified, Katie told her grandmother that people nearly 100 years old having sex shouldn't be doing that, and it surely causes some trouble. "Oh no, my dear. Many years ago, realizing our advanced age, we figured out the best time to do it was when the church bells would sing. It was the right rhythm, nice and slow and even, nothing too strenuous, simply in on the ding, out on the dong. In on the ding, out on the dong." She paused, she wiped away a tear and continued, "And if that damn ice cream truck hadn't have come along, he'd still be alive."
Very good.
Can we get our keyboard warriors to critique that one? He's just knocked it out of the park again. Well done, JB.
All good. Come at me.
It's a ring-a-ding-ding. Okay, it's a ring-a-ding-ding, that one. I cannot wait. I cannot wait for the comments.
That's it. Very good.
All right, boys.
Very good.
Jump on back of the Matildas Saturday afternoon.
5 o'clock. Let's go.
5 o'clock. Let's go. And massive round of NRL, AFL. I'm off to the darts. So I'll give you a critique of the darts if I make it back.
You got an outfit or what?
You
got an outfit? What's it? You going Noah's Ark or something?
Well, we're going to go as Noah's Ark. I might go as Ali G. Joe's helped me out, so I might go as Ali G.
Oh, yeah. Fucking hell.
Or Men in Black. I don't know yet. I got
to actually, you know what? You look like Ali G. You just need the sunnies.
I might go as Ali G. Or I might go. Okay.
You do, mate. I didn't realise.
Mate.
Have you got a green leotard in the fucking
I've got the yellow suit. I've got the yellow
you got the yellow suit. Yeah, right.
Yeah. Mate, clip this up. You want to go viral again? You clickbait this shit. Fucking hell. Yeah, I'll give you a critique of the darts if I make it back from all of that.
Nice. Very good, boys. Very good.
Oh, well done.
Remember to like and subscribe, please, everyone, and follow us on TikTok, Instagram. But TikTok's where we're famous. Jump on board.
That's it. Jump on.
Cheers.
See you, boys.
See you. Bye.